Hey guys, yesterday you heard the prince's silence. You felt the love. He couldn't speak. And you watched a girl unknowingly carry the weight of the kingdom's heart. But today, the silence will break. And when it does, love will either bloom or burn. He left the garden with a vow, unspoken. But destiny was listening. And tonight, what the moon whispered, the world will hear. This is not the tale of fairy dust, the slough of royal, reckless and raw.
Welcome to part 2 of Moon Whispers, Love He Couldn't Speak.
Moon whispers. The palace stirred like winds before, and desert storm upon the door. Whispers down to warning bells in chambers where traditions dwell. The council gathered, cloaks in flight, their rings like thrones in candlelight. Your Highness, came the trembling tone. You have brought disgrace upon the throne. They showed the letter he had penned. Each word they said a royal end. But he stood tall, without regret. He gazed as sharp as rising threat. I gave you loss. I wore your name. I fought your wars. I played your game. With hearts are not for courts to say stir, and love is not your crown to fear. She washed from shadows, silent still, afraid that would crush him with their will. But when he dawned, he met her eye and smiled as if no throne could die. The queen mother wept, the duke drew red, the chamber shook with words and said, you will lose your claim, your place, your shield. He said, then let the truth be sealed. He stepped down from the marble rise and fasted robe, removed disguise, and standing there in simple cloth, he said, I choose her. Take your vote. The chamber froze in stunned dismay. A silence broke the ancient way. But none could bind what fate had spun. A prince, a god, a vow vegan. They rode that night to lands unknown. Beyond the map, beyond the throne. The desert welcomed what was true. No king, no queen, just me and you. She wept within his arms that night. The stars, their candor, soft and bright. And in our tears, he found his pace. A love that bowed to no space. But peace, dear friend, he never still. But peace, dear friends, is never still. It moves, it tests, it spends. It bends the will, a greater twist still lies ahead. The war of heart is not yet dead. So stay with us, that they have not done. So they built a home where rivers bend, where dawn would greet like a lifelong friend. No guard, no gold, no royal horn, just morning light in fields of corn. He chopped the wood, he brewed a tea. He chopped the wood, She brewed the tea, and love grew wild, content and free. They laughed like children in the stream, a life that once had felt a dream. He read her poems by firelight. She traced his scars in quiet night. They would kiss beneath the olive trees and speak of stars and honeybees. For months they lived in sweet treat. But even joy can feel the sting of memories tied to king. He would walk alone at times to think, besides a brook by water's brink. The silence now was not regret, but something lingered, not quite set. She saw it too, how he would stare at shadows chopped like royal lair. The past had not yet closed its gate. It followed slow, it whispered wait. Are you still here, walking with them? Does love feel light or worn and thin? What would you trade for peace so sweet, a place lost, or hearts that beat? Tell me in the comment section. So, one night she found him wide awake. He thought, and his thoughts a sea he could not shake. He said, I miss the ones I led, the cries of those who fight for bread. She touched his face, her voice like silk. You gave them more than wine or milk. You showed them kings can also kneel, that love is spot to pray once fail. But still, a rider came one day, a hooded man from lands away. He bore a scroll with wax and seal, a royal mark too grim to feel. Written, it said, or faced a blade, your time of freedom has decayed. Your brother dies, the throne is torn, your people star, your crown is worn. He stood in silence, eyes like ice. The wind now spoke in waited price. Could he go back and wear the chain and leave behind love's golden pain? That night, the fire did not dance bright, the silence louder than the night. He held her hand with trembling soul, as if the world had split his whole. I made a vow beneath the sky to never leave, to never lie. But what am I if people fall while I chase dreams behind this wall? She looked at him. Her eyes were calm, her voice a song, her touch a balm.
I did not love you for your ring, nor for the password, nor for the chain. I loved the heart that broke for pain, the man who would walk through fire and rain. So if they call, and if you must, then go, but carry both our trust.
Her voice was soft and brave. Her heart was torn like silk that got on hidden tone. He kissed her brow, then held her tight. As dawn broke, slew in silver light, the world had changed in moments few, from soft spring skies to thunder's hue. He packed no gold, no crown or no sword, just quiet vows and whispered the word. She washed him right into the dust, her fate a flame, her tears a trust, and to her lips spoke not a sound, her love still echoed all around. The road was long, the path unsure, the palace gate no longer pure. He passed through dawn, where hunger grew, where children cried and soldiers knew. They knelt when they behind his face, but in his eyes they saw no place for pride or cold done, just ember heart that still could burn. The court had changed in bitter tide, his brother lost, the crown denied, the throne now cold, the banner dawn, the people crushed, the fields forlorn. And when he stood before the throne, he did not sit, he felt like stone. Instead, he walked among the crowd and spoke with voice, both soft and proud. I left as prince to find my heart. I come, not now to rule apart, but if you wish, I will lead with truth. With her besides me, soul and youth. Hush very deep, the cold and sure. Could he laugh return, and still endure? Then one old guard, with silver brew, stepped forth and gave a humble bow. We saw you leave for love, not war, that made us trust you even more. If she is queen within your soul, then let her reign and make us whole. The kingdom stirred, a hush grew deep, as whispers woke from ancient sleep. She came not robed in royal lace, but with her soul upon her face. No crown, no jewel, no velvet train, just trust, just truth that spoke without refrain. And when she walked the palace floor, the marble wept, the column sore. She bowed not once, for love bows now. I'd stand where kingdoms are God. He met her there with humbled eyes, as if she were the morning skies. They touched like prayers before the flames. No titles called, no need for name. The court stood still, the palace held breath, as love returned through life and death. And when he took her by the hand, the world forgot its great demand. They did not crown her out of rule, but for the grace that made heart full. The throne became a quiet palace, a space of kindness, not just face. The kingdom bloomed like fields in spring, when hearts could freely laugh and sing. They would walk at dusk, still hand in hand, along the edge of rose and sand. And though their tale was filled with eke, I'd left behind a golden wake. The moon would rise, the stars would hum, and time itself grew soft and numb. They never sought to change the past. They only played this love would last. Slow now, stay a little more. He would write her letters every night, even when years dimmed firelight. She would keep them tied in silken thread, each line a breath their hearts had set. And when the world grew old and kind, and left their names in books behind, they lived not loud, nor sought acclaim, but carved in hearts and soft a name. No marble, Tom, no towers high, just garden breeze beneath the sky. And if you walk there late one day, you will hear their vows in winds that play. For some, loves never cease to speak. They bloom in palace and places silence seek, like whispered moons or starlight cease in moments meant for heart to breathe. And now, dear soul, you have reached the close. You have reached the close of love that dared, of pain that choose. Tell me, what line stayed with your heart? Or which part made your silence start? Moon Whispers was never just one story, and maybe not even just two. This love, this silence, this royal journey deserves more. What if we told? What if it told it all? Not just a confession, but what came after. The kingdom's judgment, the letters unsent. The kingdom's judgment, the letters unsent. The girl's untold fears. The love that only got deeper. Should we continue? Should we continue the story into 5 parts? A full poetic series. An emotional, romantic, where the heart leads, not the crown. Comment yes if your heart is ready, and tell me, would you walk this journey with them all the way to the end?